two-time Grand National champion Randy LaJoie dares to do double duty this weekend. Tomorrow he will wheel the 50 car for Team Hendrick, but today his eyes are fixed on speeding toward a third Busch Series title. 1998 has been the year of the youngster. 26-year-old Wisconsin native Matt Kenseth, already the apple of some owners' eyes, plans to prove his superspeedway prowess today. But it's the name Earnhardt that has once again captured everyone's attention. No, not the 7-time Winston Cup champ, but his 23-year-old son Dale Jr., who, like his father and grandfather, turns heads and laps so fast he finds himself atop the standings. We at ABC Sports continue our 50th anniversary salute to NASCAR with today's coverage of the Busch Grand National Series Touchstone Energy 300 from Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. Our Suzuki starting grid shows you that front row Joe Nemechek for the third consecutive year is on the pole, flanked by the man they call Magic Shoes, Mike McLaughlin, a former modified champion. Back in row 2, a couple of youngsters. Dale Earnhardt Jr., he is the point leader, not a rookie, but only run about a dozen races or so in this series at 23 years of age. Back in row 3, Hermie Sadler turned 29 years of age yesterday. Maybe it's an omen for the former Rookie of the Year to get his first win in 1998. Some impressive drivers, a lot of young guys starting up front, including Dave Blaney and the former two-time series champion Larry Pearson, Kyle Petty and Benny Parsons. A lot of youth in this series, and a lot of guys starting toward the front with very minimal experience here.
We just saw Tony Stewart, the IRL champion, here in the NASCAR Busch Series race. David Green taking a day off from practice over in Winston Cup to come run the Busch race. Almost ready to go down the backstretch, as Jerry said. 4,000 feet. When you come off turn 2 and look towards turn 3, Cal, it looks like it's about 6 inches wide.
It's about 6 inches wide, and it gets to be about 3 inches wide when you get there. You feel like it's like you take people around this racetrack that have never been there, and they say, how do you guys run at that wall down there? It looks like there is no turn there. And all of a sudden you get there, and you're on the bank, and you're coming back down the front stretch.
And right now we're seeing these cars at 60, 70 miles per hour. We'll be seeing them at 190 miles per hour. And trust me, folks, we'll see them 4 abreast before the day is over.
The car you saw a moment ago, Jeff Purvis, starts back in the middle of the field. He was the second fastest car in qualifying in first day, but was disallowed because of a rules infraction. He starts back in the middle of the pack. Look for him to make a run early toward the front.
And Kevin Swantz missed a driver's meeting. He will have to start at the very end of the field today. Jason Keller, Dale back there. Dale Fishline. Sometimes crew chief, sometimes Busch Series driver.
And you saw Mark Martin, last year's winner of this race, starting back in 34th position. He won this race a year ago from back in 23rd, but he has got a long way to go and just 300 miles to get there. And some guys have a long way to go home. I told you there were 48 cars here to qualify. Here are the guys or girls who missed the field. Patty Moise did not qualify. Doug Reed, Rick Wilson, Mark Day, and veteran Robert Presley.
Cars are getting ready for the green flag.
We'll be riding along with 5 different drivers today. 5 different onboard cameras, including our pole sitter, Joe Nemechek, as they come down for Carl Simmons to wave the green flag to start the Touchstone Energy 300. Plate here, Benny Parsons, and it takes about a lap and a half, maybe even 2, to even come near the top speed.
Really, truly, folks, it takes 5 miles to get these cars up to full song. So all trying to figure out where is the best place for me to go. There they are. Didn't take them long to get 4 abreast. A Sterling Marlin in 1 car diving to the inside.
Up front, they are side by side, Nemechek and McLaughlin, just like they qualified. Now Nemechek will try to lead the first lap. He has the Pontiac of 00 Buckshot right behind him. McLaughlin sort of in the catbird seat. Talladega Superspeedway, situated right in the middle of the Talladega National Forest. Joe Nemechek, the leader, as the field's in the tri-oval. And
trouble! 89 car. Stanton Barrett gets tagged, goes across the racetrack. Elliott Sadler's involved. David Green, Andy Santerre, the yellow cars involved. Heavy damage to these cars.
Heavy damage. First caution flag today coming out here on lap number 6. If we can show you what happened.
Ever see the Stanton Barrett car? The white car goes down, tags the 66 of Sadler. Now he's going back across the racetrack right in front of David Green. Goes up, hits the outside retaining wall. Now Green's going to come off the racetrack, and other cars trying to make the evasive moves. Oh, he drives right in the side of the yellow car of Santerre.
Wow. Once again, caution on lap number 6. Those cars involved, we see it at a little bit different angle.
Never see the cars, never see Stanton Barrett. Stanton Barrett comes up and gets tagged by Lyndon Amick, I believe.
And Stanton tried to come up into a hole that wasn't there. And that's just not being able to feel where the cars are sometimes. Then you can see the cars go up the racetrack, down the racetrack, back up the racetrack again. Few drivers did an incredible job. Santerre did an incredible job. Just got caught from the back.
And what happened here on lap number 6?
Cal, we talked about just inexperience. Stanton Barrett couldn't feel that car. Look at that hood up in the air.
Look, this is a back glass or a windshield over here. I mean, there's pieces that just go everywhere, you know, and it's hard to. There's nothing you can control here, but this is inexperience. He doesn't feel the 35 car. He cuts up on Lyndon. It's just a little bit of a tack. Comes down and collects Elliott Sadler. Elliott Sadler's got no way to see how he goes back up the racetrack and just begins to just pick up cars. I mean, it's an amazing job that these other drivers do. Santerre cruising along, trying to avoid it, comes back across and gets hit in the side. It's just one of those deals. There's no place to go. It's every man for himself.
Stay in the old way, it'll shake your teeth out. As you ride along with Joe Nemechek, you know that this is not for the physically faint of heart. Around Talladega for 300 miles, it can knock a few molars out. He's got the mouthpiece, though, today.
The reason these cars are riding so much rougher than what they used to is...
big crash!
One car gets turned sideways in the tri-oval. Hermie Sadler is involved at 93, and Dave Blaney is involved.
Go high, go high, go high, go high. There's no one spinning down the bottom.
One car airborne against the catch fence.
And they're still wrecking down in the corner.
Stay in line, Joe.
77 cars involved, the 96.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. also involved, has some damage.
So here on lap number 23.
And Dave Blaney climbs out of his car, and be careful, Dave.
Let's see if we can see what happened as there was contact right in the tri-oval.
And there we see Dave Blaney gets hit, and flam, he turns over and hits the wall with the roof of the car, it looked like.
I think what they did, they ran up on Blaney. It looked like they ran up on Blaney, and somebody checked up, and Earnhardt Jr. got in the back of... You got to see it right
Hermie
here.
Sadler's car number 29 there.
If you see Hermie Sadler, the 29 car, here's Blaney to the inside. They're just about, the yellow car's right here, just about getting to even with him. And as you can see right here, as he goes by, the 3 car turns Hermie Sadler, which turns Hermie Sadler into the 93, sends him back across the racetrack. It's just you're so close, such close quarters, that as they race right there, somebody checks up just a little bit to give somebody a little bit of room. There's no place to go.
That's it, right. The slow car. Let's take a look from our onboard camera with Jeff Purvis. You know, Jeff Purvis never knew that was coming. He was still wide open on the throttle when he got hit.
He thought he was past the wreck at that point in time.
Matt Kenseth.
Great job right there.
He did a terrific job getting through that crash.
There's a different angle looking back up toward the tri-oval from the inside of the racetrack. Wow, that's Blaney's car on its roof right against the catch fence. It did its job and shoved him back onto the racetrack. as we check in down in the pits with Jack Arute.
Jerry, you would think if you were on your roof and you were on fire, like Dave Blaney was, that you might have other things to think about than having the wherewithal to radio to your crew. But that's what Dave Blaney did.
The outside line may be the place to be, though, because the 64 and the 34 have to pit at some point in time here pretty quick, because they're the two of the cars that haven't quit. When they check up.
Oh, LaJoie gets touched from behind. Tony Stewart, big crash up in the corner.
Keep coming.
Huge crash as cars slide, spin, and slam up in turn 4.
Hey, Randy.
Fire erupts from beneath one car as they race back to the lead. Phil Parsons, the 10 car, McLaughlin, the 34. NASCAR will have to make the call there.
There's the Randy LaJoie, two-time Busch Grand National champion. He's trying to get back to the pits, but you see the car does not want to roll.
Hey, Randy. Do us, buddy.
Oh, horrendous crash in turn 4.
Hey, boy, what's going on? He hit Randy's. 93 or 63 hit Randy.
They're trying to raise him on the radio. You see the front end damage of the car number 74. Here's a replay of what happened.
There's the 63 they were talking about right there. He just touches LaJoie, just touches him in the corner. LaJoie, and then there's no place for the other cars to go. The 17 Kenseth is involved. I mean, there's 12 cars involved, 10 cars.
There's no place for anybody to go. You can see at one time the 44 car of Stewart and the 17 of Kenseth has the entire track blocked from the wall all the way down.
Just a touch, just the least touch from Tracy Lester, the 63 car of LaJoie. And look at the cars piling in with no place to go.
Lays Alexander involved. The 33 of Tim Fedewa is involved. 44 of Tony Stewart. Now riding along with the onboard camera of Jess Purvis.
And Purvis is waving and said, come on, let's go. I don't think so, Jeff. If you knew I was up there, you wouldn't want to go too hard. He cannot see anything. And guess what? So far, he hasn't anything. Is he going to get through this? He got through without hitting anything.
Now for Matt Kenseth in-car camera.
He's going to hit something. Just listen.
And now from the Pennzoil copter cam, here's what they had to try to drive through without being able to see a thing. We're talking about traffic behind this.
LaJoie gets tagged. Phil Parsons gets by on the outside. Buckshot gets by on the outside. And 87 gets by. And then the hole closes. And you see all that smoke, and there's no place to go.
Once again, lap number 60. These cars involved. Nemechek's rear bumper cam. Superspeedway, the Touchstone Energy 300. The 00 showing lead in trouble.
Tracy Lester's in the crash. Dick Trickle's in the crash. That's Jeff Krogh, the yellow car on the inside. Heavy damage to his car.
Dick Trickle's car involved. Right along from his in-car camera. See if we can see what happened.
I don't know that Trickle hit anything hard.
And I'm not sure why it happened. It looked like the car in front of Trickle just takes off instantly, which is a 63 car.
Yeah, Tracy Leslie all of a sudden just takes off. I don't know if there was contact or the rear tire went flat on the 63 or exactly what happened.
Yeah, Trickle's car, it didn't look like there was any contact with Trickle's car with the 63. It just instantly just jumped out from under Tracy.
Let's check in.
2 laps before that, the 12 cars kind of just come off the corner and got on the brakes. And so, you know, we knew the 64 and the 34 had to pit yet. And, you know, we went off into 3. And I seen the 34 flag in his hand a little bit, so I waved my hand, and I guess whoever was behind me at 44 tapped me, and I got into Randy. I hated for him, but, you know, we was good in Lysol, Monte Carlo. We stayed up front most of the day. We'd get back to 15th, 16th, come back to the front. I don't know if we was as good as a 00, the 87, but, you know, we had that last pit stop there, and I thought we were set. Going to go to the end and maybe finish in the top 5, maybe in the top 3, just right.
Whatever happens to Mike here is pretty much going to be dictated to
Start on, Joe. Start on, buddy. Rocking a little bit. Good job. Up the valve.
Phil looking on the inside. Nothing there.
White flag waved a moment ago by Carl Simmons. Now it's you and a throttle and a spotter to guide you. Less than 2 miles from the checkered flag.
You got 2 car lengths.
That calls.
Entering turn 3. 34-year-old Joe Nemechek on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Phil Parsons. 3 car lengths. They get 2 car lengths. They head to the trial with McLaughlin trying to push
Joe.
Parsons.
Just shot on, buddy.
Start-finish line, but it's going to be Nemechek.
Joe Nemechek will take the victory. Parsons in second. McLaughlin is third. Buckshot Jones fourth.
Been bouncing for about 30 laps.
And they're still racing for positions as they come off the corner. There we see the 36, Matt Hunter, and the 38, Elton Sawyer. Hunter will finish back in 9th spot. Elton Sawyer in 10th.
Let's go down to Bill Weber. The Touchstone Energy 300 is history. Let's go down to our McDonald's Winner's Circle interview. Here is Jack Carew. Jack.